Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
So I told you months ago that this divorce with Jeannie Mai and Jeezy was going to get bad, but baby, it took a turn for the worse that I never saw coming. Jeannie Mai is accusing Jeezy of having crazy outbursts of physical and verbal abuse against not only Jeannie but his oldest son as well. She details excessive drinking and physical abuse, and she's also included pictures. She's afraid of not only her well-being but the well-being of she and Jeezy's 2-year-old daughter Monaco as well. Jeezy is calling cap to all of this, so we have to find out who is really telling the truth. We're going to break this story down and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. So when it was announced last year that Jeezy filed for divorce from Jeannie Mai, it really caused a stir. People were wondering what happened, who cheated. There were also rumors sent to me that Jeezy was expecting another baby. So much was going on, but I did not expect to hear what I'm hearing now. Jeezy made claims earlier this year that Jeannie Mai was gatekeeping their daughter Monaco, but upon looking at recent documents, Jeannie states that she had no problem with Jeezy spending time with his daughter Monaco during his designated times. However, she had plenty of issue with him not providing proof that his guns were safely put away. Jeannie stated that there was once an AK-47 beside their daughter's bed in the marital residence that Jeezy has been living in. She also wanted him to sign the mediated agreement between the two, and he was dragging his feet on doing both. According to Jeannie, in the final hour, Jeezy decided to sign the document, but before doing so, he wanted it to be in his verbiage and not hers. Well, after getting everything handled with the baby, Jeannie has blew the lid off of everything, accusing Jeezy of being abusive to her. So let's get into this document and find out what's going on. So starting here, it says father also has documented issues with explosive outbursts, excessive drinking, and domestic violence perpetuated against mother and his eldest son. Father's mixture of concerning attributes along with his penchant for leaving bullets and assault rifles laying around have given mother reasonable concern for the party's minor child's well-being, and why mother has insisted upon father securing his weapons. By way of example, on January 18, 2022 in Miami, while the couple were talking inside a parked car, father requested for driver to step outside the vehicle and then began to berate mother. He hurled insults such as "you whore" and "I can't wait to divorce you when we get back." Father held mother against her will inside of the vehicle, and during the course of her trying to escape the vehicle, father struck mother with a closed fist across her cheekbone and eye, causing a subconjunctival hemorrhage. That week, father and mother contacted their pastor and therapist for counseling in regards to the domestic violence perpetrated by father. Further, on April 14, 2022, at the San Francisco Ritz-Carlton, father choked mother from behind as she was ascending the stairs, and subsequently, father pushed mother down the stairs, calling the attention of the hotel security guard stationed in the lobby. Father proceeded to verbally assault mother, calling her an effing B and repeating, "I can do much better than you." Security intervened and provided the mother protection after she repeatedly stated she felt unsafe, as detailed in the Ritz incident report. See Exhibit N. In yet another incident, on December 17, 2022, at the UNCF 39th Atlanta Mayor's Mass Ball, mother went to the restroom with her girlfriend. Father became enraged as he did not know mother's whereabouts for 25 minutes. In response, father abruptly demanded that the two leave the party. Once in the vehicle, father asked the driver to exit and began to verbally abuse mother. Mother attempted to exit the vehicle 2 times, and on the second time, father grabbed mother by the neckline of her dress, resulting in the dress being torn and multiple 2 to 3 inch scratches across her right breast due to father's fingernails. Mother reported this incident to her therapist with father present and also told her best friend in confidence. In another incident, father crashed a golf cart, which resulted in injuries to himself and to mother. Mother has text messages from father apologizing for his behavior that caused the injuries. Unbeknownst to mother, prior to the crash, father was overly intoxicated. Father also crashed another vehicle during their marriage after drinking too much. Fortunately, in the other incident where father crashed his luxury vehicle into the side of their home, no one was seriously injured and there was only damage to the property. Father has a history of threats, violence, and bodily harm. Mother mistakenly believed father when he convinced her prior to marriage that he was a changed man and his past was in his past. But as one can see from the examples of abuse mother endured during the marriage, that has not turned out to be the case. Father was arrested in 2014 with charges of battery, false imprisonment, and making terrorist threats against his son from another relationship. Father allegedly slammed his son into a glass shower door during a fight in the bathroom and told his son during the fight, "He will put a bullet in your head right now, and if I could get away with it, I would kill you." And she goes on to say, in addition to father's volatile temper, mother has specific concerns regarding father's inability and refusal to properly supervise a minor child while the child is in father's care, father's refusal to make accommodations for the minor child during his work travel, and as previously explained, father's irresponsible storage of his multiple firearms within the party's Atlanta, Georgia residence while the minor child is in his care. A third party who works for the father in his residence has also shared with mother concerns about firearms and bullets just laying around unsecured in the father's home. After all, no reasonable person can think that assault rifles and guns laying around is a safe environment for a 2-year-old. Certainly, father having primary custody or even joint custody, father changes his position constantly on what he claims to want, is not in the child's best interest. And this is where it gets pretty bad. Father requested to visit with the minor child in February of 2024, which mother ensured did occur provided it was in a safe environment. Furthermore, after mother and the minor child moved out of the party's Atlanta, Georgia residence and into the party's Los Angeles, California residence, it was mother who arranged on numerous occasions for the minor child to visit with father with the understanding that a nanny would be available to father at all times and that the minor child would be properly supervised. Though father assured mother that the minor child would be properly supervised at all times, unfortunately that proved not to be the case. In November of 2023, the minor child visited father in the party's Atlanta home. During the time the minor child was visiting father in the Atlanta home, father left the minor child seemingly unattended to perform at the CMG Gangsta Art Tour at State Farm Arena. Then in December of 2023, when the minor child visited father at the party's Atlanta, Georgia home, mother learned that the minor child had been locked in her room overnight, and due to father not properly monitoring the child, a health-related, toxic, and biohazardous situation resulted for the minor child. It is clear that father was neglectful of properly supervising the minor child during his parenting time despite assurances that were previously provided to mother. So let me now read the redacted Ritz-Carlton San Francisco report from April 14, 2022. LP Base received a call in regards to a domestic dispute in the lounge bar at approximately 10:21 p.m. Lounge service stated that the guest, Mr. Jenkins, had pushed Miss Mai Jenkins down the steps leading to the main lobby. IL5 responded to the call, and upon arrival, I noticed Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins arguing. I approached the guest and continued to sit on the lobby bar area and requested 5 minutes to discuss things alone. After the given time, I spoke to both guests, telling them they needed to discuss their conversation elsewhere because it was disrupting other guests. Guests moved to P37 hallway and continued their conversation. Mr. Jenkins requested I get his 4 Louis Vuitton bags from his room, and as I was in process, I was called back to assist due to Mrs. Jenkins beginning to raise her voice, resulting me to have to put the luggage retrieval on hold. Mr. Jenkins requested to go outside and get some fresh air to talk. Mrs. Jenkins also had previously stated she felt unsafe being alone with him and requested I was nearby. Guests talked near valet office and then moved themselves to the front desk where Mr. Jenkins got another room key to retrieve the rest of his belongings. Mr. Jenkins continued to try to press the issue of wanting to converse with his wife, but due to Mrs. Jenkins' comments stating she was done talking, I told Mr. Jenkins he needed to willingly walk away from the situation or I was going to have to call the police. Both guests went up to the room, but Mrs. Jenkins requested I came along because she still felt unsafe being with him by herself and wanted me to make sure that she came out of the room unharmed. I escorted both guests and they continued their conversation in the room. Mr. Jenkins wanted me to wait outside, but I stated I could not do that due to his wife's fear of her safety. After their conflict, Mr. Jenkins made me aware that he was getting another room and to have his personal belongings, which were previously retrieved, ready in the front desk for when he came down to pick up his new room key. I then spoke to Mrs. Jenkins and she said that she did not need any more assistance and Mr. Jenkins will come down to pick up his room key when he was ready. So these are pictures of her bruises from the alleged golf cart incident when she said he was driving intoxicated. And she sends a text saying this: Baby, I have a lot of dresses to wear this week. Surprised emoji. He said, I'm so sorry, babe. Haven't forgiven myself for putting you in danger. I've been uneasy and sad about it. Jeezy vehemently denies all allegations. He said the allegations are not only false, but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I love. The malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play. And at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for court-mandated joint custody. Rest assured the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels. Baby, that was a lot. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about Jeezy and Jeannie Mai and Jeannie filing these new papers? It doesn't look too well for your boy Jeezy, but let him tell it. It's all lies. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about everything going on in the world of Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. And you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.